And Pelosi Peters' radical buddy is the just as tyrannical congressman from New York, Hakeem Jeffries.
We are 2.5 years into the Trump presidency. At what point will he stop blaming everything under the sun?
Stop tape. This guy has the strangest cadence, the strangest way of talking. Now, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands, so I understand what he's saying in the talking with the hands thing. But he pauses, these long, pregnant pauses, and he chops up his sentences like I've never seen before. It's annoying. It's great for me because there's these nice little pauses I can stop the tape. But it's very annoying when you're trying to get a cogent thought from this guy. Roll tape.
Barack Obama.
Stop tape. Okay. I guess what he's saying in his very unique way is that Donald Trump is somehow blaming Barack Obama for what is going on at the southern border right now. Of course, Barack Obama has to be blamed for many things regarding the ills of illegal immigration right now. Barack Obama, during his 8 years, put out the welcome mat along the border, saying, hey, come on up, fellas. Bring whatever you want, whoever you want. We'll let you in. You don't have to have any paperwork. We know this. He not only had a welcome mat, he had a green light. And then he also decided to pull border agents off the border so they couldn't catch him. We know this to be true. We also know, as a matter of anti-constitutional policy, Barack Obama imposed DACA on we the people, which was completely hyper-constitutional, a complete and total violation of the separation of powers. So yes, Barack Obama laid the foundation for what we're enduring now. And what we are enduring now, even though the Democrat Party won't admit it, is maybe the worst we've ever seen in terms of penetrations of the border, in terms of the invasion at the border, and certainly in terms of the so-called families coming across the border. But we know, of course, most of them are not families. We know that X amount of these people are renting these children, and maybe distant family members or no family member at all. And unfortunately, these children are being used. They are being used and abused. So why isn't Child Protective Services at the border to greet these people? That's a good question, don't you think, Hakeem? Shouldn't Child Protective Services be at the border right now to try and render assistance to these children who are being abused? And shouldn't they be returned to their family? And so if they are with their family, shouldn't they be returned to their home country as quickly as possible for the sake of the children? If you care about the children so much, get Child Protective Services down there and then ask the parents why they would allow these kids to be terrorized for 1,500 miles as they go through Guatemala into Mexico and into the United States. Why they would abuse their children like that. If you care about the children so much, get Child Protective Services down there along the border right now. Roll tape.
2.5 years into the Trump presidency, as Veronica Escobar articulated.
Stop tape. Oh, there's a real winner. Veronica Escobar. She's a rather newbie congresswoman out of Texas. Her conservative review Liberty score is worse than this guy's. It's somewhere around 13%. So she defends the Constitution 13% of the time. That's beyond an F. And by the way, that's worse than Nancy Pelosi's voting record. At least Nancy Pelosi's voting record, I think, is around maybe 20% of the time defending the Constitution, which is probably just by sheer luck. Roll tape.
This is a crisis that was manufactured by Donald Trump.
Stop tape. Okay, so it's interesting because we have the Border Patrol on this program with regularity. And they talk about a crisis that exists, nothing manufactured by the Trump administration and this president. If this crisis was manufactured, then it was manufactured by you, Hakeem, and your party for not securing the border and not funding building the wall. If this is a manufactured crisis, it's been manufactured by the third branch of government, the Article III branch of government, and that would be the out-of-control lower courts, where we have attorneys dressed in black robes that zip up the front who are mandating and imposing immigration policy on we the people, like this craziness that we can only hold people down along the border for 20 days, and then we have to let them go. That's not a law. That's a lawyer dressed in a black robe imposing immigration policy on me, and that is anti-constitutional. So why don't you do something about that, Hakeem? All right, so how do we fix this? How do the American people stop these ad hominem partisan attacks by the modern Democrat Party on this president and this republic by weaponizing their positions of power and weaponizing the founding document? Well, there's only one way. It's at the ballot box in 2020.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.